probably where it came from. Because somebody might ask me if I want to direct, and I don't want to direct, but I do like putting things together. And he and I even talked about it the other day. On this show, we've done so many episodes, and because of the kind of transient nature of Supernatural, we always have new guest stars, and different writers and different directors. And so I feel like we've worked with enough people, actors and writers and directors, that we really could put together something nice. And even talking about just people who come on for a day, and we'll do a scene with them, and we'll look at each other and be like, that person's really good. They should have had a much bigger role than they got, or sometimes the opposite. Who cast this guy? I raised you from perdition.
Thank you.
I'm losing my shoe, just gum.
I wanted to first off thank you guys because I have fun
Me too. Thank you. Thank you guys. Use that.
How do you get your mind to be okay with like the demon and with the drinking the demon's blood and dipping into from real life?
All the
Well,
stuff,
geez,
all the
thanks a
stuff
lot.
that we do on the show. All the crazy Lucifer.
Well, you know, you guys see the finished product, so you see only that. What you don't see is behind the scenes, when they yell action, when we do the thing, and it's when we get into it, and then they yell cut, and we're able to put that aside. Or when they yell, that's a wrap, we're able to go home and leave all that there. So it's, you know, it's just conditioning of oneself to be able to differentiate, put that away, do it, but leave it there.
Sure. It's a lot also like, you ever watch like a box? I just watched a boxing match a couple days ago, and they're just ripping on each other, and punching each other, and hating each other, and the bell dings, and they kind of give each other a hug. And so it's a job, right? I was once told I had to play. I was in high school and I was doing some character. I didn't like what they were doing, and there was one of my teachers, prior students, who was now in college. I think he was at SUNY Purchase or something. He was a professional actor for Broadway and this and that. He was like, you know, if you're playing a character that eats an apple, it doesn't mean Jared likes apples, or Jared's trying to promote the eating of apples. It's just you're telling the story about this guy who happens to be eating an apple. So I feel like one of the reasons we've been able to thank you to mean something to you in your life and to you and to everybody and to ourselves is because you're just trying to tell the story as appropriately and properly as you can, right? So that's what we got to do. They write the words on the page and we just have to kind of stick to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I started watching like last year and it's my first ever convention, so I'm
Welcome. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
We're crazy, huh?
In a good
Dick
way.
and Matt, Amisha, and Sebastian. Is he here?
No.
So he's crazy also.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. My question is, so Jensen was a voice actor in the video game called Third Birthday like a few years ago, and I was just curious, like.
Is that true?
It was a really weird game. Like I didn't really like it, but you were in it, so I wanted to. Anyway,
Yeah, I didn't design it.
and,
It's like the demon thing. You just read some page.
And I know you guys before you did an anime of Supernatural in Japan. So like, if you had a chance to do voice acting, like, what would you do, and do you prefer it over acting?
That's a great question. I think you.
I don't prefer it over acting, but I do enjoy it. It's a totally different process. You know, with acting, you're there physically, you're creating a character. You know, not only with your voice, but with your physicality. You know, with other characters. So you're living in that kind of world that's created in the script. Where it was voice stuff, you're in a sound booth with headphones on in your bathrobe.
In room 727.
And so it's just there's a little bit more of a disconnect there as far as, you know, the what the end product is. You still, you know, you're in your head, you're still trying to play the character, give it voice, and do that whole thing, which is really fun and it's challenging in its own right. you know, it would be really interesting to be on like a series, like a Family Guy or you know, Simpsons or something like that. That is.
You should guest star.
I'm not against it. But I think at the end of the day, if I had to choose one or the other, it would definitely be, you know, actual performing on camera.
What he said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you. You don't have a microphone, but you're gonna have a shoulder injury if you keep holding it up. So.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Well, I just want to know, you guys your characters have given up so much, and God has basically said, you know, not been there for any of it.
And so, if you had a chance to bring back one person or change one event in your entire series, what would it be? And who would it be? And why?
I'd bring Ruby back, right?
I don't understand.
You know what? I thought it would be a cool. When were we talking about this? Season 6 or 7? To not push a reset button, but I remember after the Leviathan season, we talked about, that was season 7. So I think we talked about season 8 as if, I mean, it would be too cheesy to go like that was all a dream, but to kind of go over from that starting spot. Kind of like the end of season 5, season 6. Which I thought was cool. I love where we are now, though. So 8, 9, and now 10 have put us in a really cool spot. But I loved all of the characters in season 4 and season 5. I loved one very specifically in season 4. Kids to prove it. You back off. All you birthday dudes and girls. So yeah, I love that whole, all the guys and gals who actually do the conventions, like Dick and Matt and Rob and a whole bunch. So that'd probably be me.
Mine's probably less story, more behind the scenes. I would love to, and he's doing his own thing, it's amazing, but I'd love to have some Ben Edlund scripts. He can come back, I don't know what he's doing, call him. I mean, just for me personally, I think he wrote really good Dean scripts, Dean-centric scripts, in a way that was a little quirky and a little odd, and there was a nice kind of thing about Ben that I don't necessarily know that we're missing now, but he brought something really cool and interesting to the table, and that was really fun. But we've got amazing writers now, and so we're still pushing ahead. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
I started watching a year ago because my girlfriend pulled me in, and
Don't blame your girlfriend.
Don't blame your girlfriend, all right? Don't blame her. We've heard that before. Hi.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi. You can always turn the boo into a cheer by starting the script. So if they're booing Jensen leaving, you just like start taking.
My question is for Jensen.
What can I do for you? It's a lovely, lovely life. Lovely show.
I wanted to ask you about Imaginary Lover, the song that you're going to be singing karaoke to in episode 200.
Yes.
It's kind of an obscure song, and I'm wondering if you chose it, the writers chose it, what it means and how it suits. Did you have any choices?
Well, I think we all know what it means.
For those who can't see, she's actually twirling her hair. She's like, oh god, do the hair twirl.
That was a song that I think I'd heard it before, but it was most certainly not a selection of mine. I had to actually look it up and listen to it again and be like, that song? And I called to ask the very question that you're asking me. And it was
He even twirled his hair, actually. It was during the summer, so it was
a
longer.
little longer, yeah. Actually, it was longer. Demon Dean's hair was a little longer. Don't get excited. It's not, you know, Raggedy Ann over here. It was Bob Singer's selection. It was his selection, and I said, what? Why? And he goes, there are 2 songs that I know are most definitely about the topic of self-loving. That's one of them.
What's the other one?
You never told me! Turning Japanese is, I think that one, but I don't know if that's the one he was talking about. What's that? I touch myself. I'm sure there's plenty out there, but anyway, Bob was very specific. He's like, there are 2 that I know are most certainly about that subject. And
I just found out that, you know, something, relax, don't do it. It was on like an 80s, VH1, 80s. I'm gonna walk away. I'm just
so that's why, and because Demon Dean is very self-serving, and he doesn't really care about anybody else other than himself, Bob thought it was an appropriate song.
And thank you for creating this world where an hour a week and a weekend a year we can come and just geek out and have a lot of fun.
I got that song in my head.
Relax. Don't do it. I'm gonna go with a young man right here who's reaching for the sky. Or is he just stretching?
He's just stretching.
He's just stretching. That's all right.
You got a question, buddy? What is it? Is there going to be a new episode of Supernatural coming up?
Yeah.
I heard there was. Very soon.
In a month, we're gonna have, in 1 month, we're gonna have 23 new episodes.
Right. I have a question for you. How old are you? You're 6. So we started the show 4 years before you were born. You got some catching up to do, pal.
Welcome to the family, kiddo.
You may have been the reason.
Awesome. What episode was airing? 7. Remember, relax. Don't.
You got a mic over there. Hi.
Hi, my question is for Jared.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do forensics, and so you've really given me a lot of confidence to be able to do that because of what you've done. So I was wondering how your experience with forensics has helped you kind of grow as an actor.
Forensics, I feel like, so for those who don't know, when I was in high school, I did stage plays and what's called forensics. Now, forensics is like speech and debate, but it's also, you can do duet scenes, you can do dramatic scenes, humorous scenes, and you have to play so many different characters. And I actually felt that my...
We're not talking about a crime scene here?
I actually feel like forensics helped me more for TV and movies than stage ever possibly could have. Because it's more about finding the minutia in the characters. You know, it's not like, here I am, and there's nothing really showy about it. It's more about differentiating characters. Like, do you do dramatic, humorous, or do you do...
Right.
Yeah, so you have to play multiple characters. And so really trying to find not just the level of, I gotta make a funny face, like it's more than just the voice, it's more kind of the mannerism. So I feel like specifically with Supernatural, which is so bizarre, you know how you're like, I took Latin in school, I'm like, never gonna use this. But now I've used Latin, and now because of Supernatural, I've had to go play different characters, like Gadriel. And so to break, part of the things you do in forensics is you'll play one character, and the character's talking to his dad, and then you cut to, you know, like kind of from body to tonation. So I feel like specifically forensics in school really helps you prepare for shows like Supernatural. But good luck.
So if you're planning on doing a show like Supernatural in the future,
yes,
Oh,
Forensic is
do it.
where, yeah, it's where you really want to be.
and take Latin.
I
So I'm
will.
gonna do the exorcism. Awesome.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, have fun. Who else has a? Hi.
Hi. First of all, as an actor, I just wanted to tell the both of you that put on such an amazing performance. From the small to the large, it's very inspiring to me, and I draw a lot of inspiration from you as I try to grow. And my question for the both of you is, what has presented the greatest challenge for the both of you as actors over the course of the show, and how do you think you've grown since the first season?
That's a great question. That's a great one for Jensen to start.
Yeah. Yeah, let me take that one. That's I think one of the biggest challenges, and Jared's probably he's been served this a lot more than I have, is having to play different characters within, but still keeping it within the vein of your character. One of the more difficult ones for me was in season 4, when we got a glimpse of the future and saw future Dean talking with present Dean. And there was, to slightly put the slight variance on his, on the future and still keep it within the same vein of the character. Those kind of challenges, I think we really enjoy those challenges. They're tough, and we probably don't enjoy them while we're doing them. But afterwards, we can look back, reflect on it, and be like, wow, that was really great. It was challenging. I actually got better as an artist doing that. So I think the challenging things are the things that push us and make us better. Directing is also one for me. I know that it's just a totally different mind frame from the acting. With acting, I'm responsible for my character and bringing that to life the best that I can. As a director, I'm responsible for the entire show and bringing that to life. So it's a bit of a brain buster, but those are the kind of things I feel like if I'm uncomfortable and I'm out of my comfort zone in a way that forces me to think harder, to push myself, then that is the gratification I will end up getting in the end. So it's, even though it may be uncomfortable and I may be like, why did I agree to do this? This is the stupidest idea. By the end of it, when I'm done, it's like, I'm glad I can put my hat on that because I earned that. So that's the kind of stuff.
Mine